Is Hua Hin strictly for pensioners or retirees? I get this question a lot, whether it's in YouTube comments or people just asking me what Hua Hin is like as a younger person living here or staying here longer term. This year I've spent nearly half the year here, and in this video I'm going to give you my honest opinion of whether I think the place is suited for pensioners or retirees, or whether it is suited for the younger population as well, families, anything else. Now, I'm not going to make you wait until the end of this video to give you the answer. I'm just going to tell you it straight. Hua Hin is for retirees, but I will give you my rationale as to why I think that, and also the fact that it's not necessarily just for retirees. First things first, there is more of a chilled atmosphere here than a lot of other parts of typical tourist or typical expat destinations in Thailand. It's chilled, relaxed, more laid back, less of a mad nightlife scene, and you're going to be more likely to meet people in the 50 plus age bracket, or at least 40 plus age bracket, than what you are going to be meeting people in their 20s and 30s. That's just a fact. When you go out on nights out, when you go to restaurants, when you're in your gym or swimming pool, whatever else, then chances are the people you're going to be mixing with and meeting most are going to be in the older age range. We're heading up there, by the way. Now look out over to the beach that is over there. Never been up here before. Now I've got these stairs and then more stairs up there to get to the top. Let's get going. Now, the second couple of factors as to why Hua Hin is so popular with retirees. One, I think there was an article a couple of years ago or 18 months ago from Forbes magazine voting it top 3 places to retire in the whole world. But you've got healthcare, you've got a few hospitals here, and they are nice, they're modern, they're up to date, and that's important with the older demographic. And number 2, it's easy to get around. You've got Songthaews and BART buses that go up and down the main road, you've got Grabs that are dirt cheap, and it's very, very affordable here. It's affordable for accommodation, it's affordable for food, it's affordable for nights out, and all of them things combined are going to attract people, especially if you're living off of a smaller pension. Then that is what attracts people. I've spoken to so many people here, and that is a big draw as to why they've said they've came here, either live in, come here for holidays, or come here for extended stays. Now, in my opinion, they're all plus points for everyone, not necessarily just if you're older or retired. But the downsides are the meeting people is slightly harder for the younger demographic, but I've still met a bunch of people here. And when you do go out in the evenings, there is always an older crowd, but there's still live music, there's still clubs, there's still bars. It all still goes on. We are in Thailand. We're in a popular area of Thailand. And just 3 hours south of Bangkok, it's easy to get up to Bangkok. Oh, these steps, it's very hot today, very humid. And these steps and this upward walk is taking it out of me, making me sweat. The fact that you're only about 2.5 to 3.5 or 4 hours away from Bangkok, depending on the traffic, means it's easy to get up there, get an international flight, and you're well connected still. That's a plus point, again, for everyone. How beautiful is this? Just little random huts on the side of the mountain or the side of the hill. Obviously no one's living in it, but it's old school, so Thai. Got a big rock stacked on top of each other. This whole temple and walkway is built into the side of a rocky hill or mountain. The river or waterway down there, and then the train line straight next to it. Another big appeal is that there are 2 big shopping malls here with everything you need in. You've got food halls, you've got shops, they are modern, easy to get to, everything else that you would want. And there are a lot of older retirees here that have settled down, which will attract more retirees. It's almost like, if you are from the UK, if you're not, then just bear with me, I'll explain. If you're from the UK, we have so many British expats move to places like Alicante in Spain. And so Alicante and Benidorm is almost like going to an extension of England in another country, because you've got all of your Western food there, you've got all your comforts there, you've got people speaking English, and most tourists there are going to be English. So I think similar things happen all around the world, and that's the same what goes on in Hua Hin. You've got an older crowd that attracts more older crowd because they have more in common with them and more people want to move it. Doesn't mean it's just for retirees, again, but it means it's going to attract more of that cohort of people. Now for the younger crowd. All the way down in that direction south, you've got Praia Nakhon Cave, you've got little mini walks or hikes where I am now that you can come up and see some stuff or just burn some energy and keep yourself active. You've got Muay Thai gyms, you've got beaches here, you've got main Hua Hin beach, which is okay, I think it's nice, but some people might argue that. Down in this direction you've got a few nice beaches. Sai Noi is only like 15 minutes down the road, nice beach. And you've got all of your typical stuff. What do you want here? For me, I prefer a more chilled out vibe. I ain't on spending all of my time down Bangla Road partying all the time. It's nice to do stuff like that every now and again, but doing it all the time isn't for me. And I know nowadays there's a bigger crowd coming to Thailand and this part of the world that don't just want to party their lives away. And if that's the case, you have the nightlife here, you have the live music here, but you don't necessarily have the clubbing scene here like you would in other parts of Thailand, i.e. Phuket, Samui, Bangkok. Is that a problem? Not for me, one bit. I don't miss it at all. But for some people, maybe they will miss that. My point being, there's plenty of bars, there's plenty of places to go and drink, there's plenty of places to go and listen to live music. So if that's your thing, you're not going to be short here. You just might not have as much choice as what you would have in some of them bigger places. But you have your training, you have all of this to explore, all of this nature. You can go to reserves inland and south. The malls, again, a lot of the things that will appeal to the older audience will also appeal to the younger audience, unless you are just someone that wants to be in the thick of it, in the chaos 24/7. If you're that person, this might not be the place for you. As one comment said to me in the YouTube comment section, that Hua Hin was just like God's waiting room. I disagree. I found it quite funny, but I disagree. I genuinely think the place has got a little something for everyone. And if you are working or want more time to be able to just chill and relax without the chaos and without the high prices, Hua Hin's a high contender, high up that list in Thailand. How beautiful is that? So I didn't really think this through too much in the sense of bringing a raincoat, because it was nice weather about 45 minutes ago. And now we're about 15 minutes from the bike, and I don't know whether you can see that, but that is heavy rain. I don't know if you can hear it on the roof here, but you can maybe see it here. Not ideal. Guys, I'll put up another video or two on Hua Hin condos and what I think of the place in general, and some first impressions from a few months back. If you want more detail and insight into things, then look into them. This was just to give my general perspective. I do not think Hua Hin is just for retirees, but I think it's a mint place to get set up if you were retired. You have got the healthcare, you've got easy access to Bangkok, easy to get around, good prices, good costs, and you're going to have a lot more older people to mix with that maybe are on the same page in life as you, i.e. they are no longer working, they're retired, maybe have property out here, or maybe live here long term. And for the younger guys, for people that are coming out here to come for a few months, maybe a bit of a longer vacation, maybe like a month or two or something along them lines, then I think it's a good spot as well. You've got a few good gyms, and You've got the malls here, you've got the beach here. It's a good location, the weather's usually good, and despite it raining right now, this is probably one of the best locations you can get in Thailand for having the least amount of rain and the most consistent weather. A little bit hot at times, but that's just Thailand. Everywhere's hot at times. You have your nice restaurants, you have the nightlife there if you want it. I would recommend it for everyone, but if you're a party animal and just about that wildlife and want to meet loads of people that are younger, might not be the place for you. You will meet people in their 20s and 30s, but they will just be fewer and further between, and most people will be in a slightly older age bracket. One caveat to that is most younger people I have met here are here for a longer period of time. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you took something from it, I hope you found it helpful and useful. This is just my insight, having spent 5-6 months here this year. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you agree, if you've spent some time here, let me know your thoughts. If you think that it's just for the older demographic and retirees, cool, I get it, I respect that, that's your opinion. If you've been here, then that's cool, but don't judge it before you come, because I like the place a lot. As always, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.